And Grey Enigma goes in there at stablemate, and they're all set. Just the 5 to run. Todd Plain's about to dispatch the field. He let them go. And Discoville, the first to leave over Missile Launch, is away pretty well. Going up Grey Enigma to sit outside of its stablemate early. Broker getting back to 4th, and now easing to 5th is Battle Talk. Over to the back they go. They sort themselves out nice and early, and it'll be Discoville that rolls to a clear lead for Stevie Parnham. 1250 to run. Discoville led the way by a length and a half over the Grey. Stablemate Grey Enigma, 1.5 Missile Launch. Down on the inside then of it is Broker, and a length away last is Battle Talk, and so the quintet go by the 1,000 metres mark. Coming down the riverside, he puts the brakes on Discoville, and he's got him reined right back to them. It's Discoville, Grey Enigma with his neck arched up there, trailing a length and a half away, and then came the big fellow Missile Launch at the 800. He's under a vice-like grip from Carberry as well. Down on the inside of it, Broker might need a little bit of luck the way the race is starting to unfold, and back there still last is Battle Talk. Discoville went by the 600 and a length and a half the break. Running second, Grey Enigma. He's really got his foot on the accelerator with Discoville, who's taking off before the corner. Carberry starts to stoke up Missile Launch. Down on the inside, waiting to get into race. The race now is Broker, followed then at the head of the others is Battle Talk. They're homeward bound. Discoville quickly claimed by Grey Enigma. Missile Launch a length and a half away to Broker. He's starting to finish full of running down the outside. Carberry's forced to go for the whip on Missile Launch when they went to the 100. Broker's trying hard to run him down. Missile Launch kicking, though. He's got the measure of Broker. Missile Launch, and the big guy wins again. Missile Launch beat Broker. Battle Talk from last ran third, and then Discoville and Grey Enigma the last of the 5 in. Number 1, Missile Launch, Patrick Carberry, keeps giving when he has that momentum, and he does take some time to roll on into it. Broker just fleetingly looked as though he might have too much turn of foot, but Missile Launch, as soon as he saw the shadow of Broker loom alongside, he pricked his ears up. Pat gave him one and was able to then put him to rest in the last little bit and hold his main danger at bay. Missile Launch by Smart Missile from Take It Easy Die, and trained by Vaughan Sigley. Pat Carberry aboard for Vaughan, Ron Sayers, Miss J Harrison, and K&M Lonan, D Miss K Turner, along with T, S and G Mays, M Simpson and P Bloxridge. And so that'll be 5 out of 8 for Missile Launch. $1.95 continued to ease in that market, pays 180.104 on tote. Broker second by Trade Fair from Swishy, Jason Miller, Clint Johnston, Porter, $1.70, and third placing to Battle Talk. There won't be a place dividend there applicable, of course. Battle Talk by Passenger from Warzone first up for the Durand stable. For Wes, Mrs. S. Martin, B. P. Waterhouse, J. Martin, ridden by W. Pike. 1, 2, 5 placings after the first on the card, and we'll get out there to the yard very shortly. Britt Taylor will be joining us down there in the enclosure this afternoon. 1, 2, 5, 4. Discoville, after leading, had weakened back there to finish in 4th placing. The times 1:37.31, and winning margin a half length, 1 3/4, split second and third. But a great win today here, of course, by Missile Launch off a very good performance first up, and he builds this fine record of 5 out of 8. Next on the card, the running of the Glenroy Chaff Plate, that late scratching of number 6 Schimmel, which is out on vet's advice with 7 Broadway Sensation, so only the 6 to contest race 2 at a minute after 1 o'clock. But in the meantime, let's go down to Brittany Taylor, who's down there with Vaughan Sigley, part owner and trainer, of course, of this very promising 4-year-old Missile Launch. Britt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Darren, and you're right, very promising, Vaughan. That's what you want to see from a horse that you do have an opinion of, and it was a really nice victory.
Yeah, no, he sat there nice. Small field, sometimes they can be pretty tricky. Paddy's handled him well. Basically, he's hit the front early, and the horse just was cruising along. So the other horse tried to have a crack at him, but he's held him off comfortably, I thought.
Being such a big striding horse, is it important to sort of get him rolling early, just before the corner, so that he can use that full momentum?
Well, we have done that with him. I think he's a horse that can hold his own. I don't think many horses would try and pocket him or hold him in. I mean, if he wanted a shoulder, he's got a big shoulder on him. So I'd rather see him out in the clear, but I don't think too many would be able to push him around.
What's impressing you most about this boy?
Well, basically results, Brett, I think. You know, he's been a horse that we've been very patient with. He's 4 now, and he was always a big boy. He looked like he should be pulling the old Carlton draft keg, but everyone used to laugh at him. He was clumsy early and this and that. We just gave him time, and now we're reaping the results. So it's very pleasing.
These owners being rewarded for their patience, but it's not the first time that they've had success.
Yeah, no, the guys here today, they had 25% and She's a Virtue, and she won 6 in a row for them. So they came to the stable with one little horse they didn't have much luck with, and we've thrown them in a couple now, and she was one and he's another, so they could have a little bit of luck on their side.
Well, clearly luck follows them. Make sure you get them into all of your horses. Congratulations.
That's it. Thanks, Britt.
Vaughan Sigley there. And a terrific win, Mark, by Missile Launch.
Yeah, he looks like a very serious horse, and he had Broker. I think he had him down the straight. I think the race panned out really well for Missile Launch. I didn't expect Broker to be that far back. He did sprint pretty well, but this horse looks like a serious prospect. Over 1,600 metres today, second up, heaps of improvement. Be really interesting to see where he goes with this horse as to what his ideal trip would be. You know, maybe 2,000, who knows? But yeah, very impressive performance.
Certainly was, and we'll catch up with Paddy Carberry in just a moment. In fact, this image looks quite funny. Paddy being as small as he is and this horse being an absolute monster. You can just see how large the horse is from the vision. We'll let Paddy weigh in, and then we'll get his thoughts on this galloper, which was a really, really good performance. And Broker was brave as well, running it down.
Yeah, and the run of Battle Talk in third, I think, was good for a bigger days and longer trips.
Paddy, this is a nice horse, Missile Launch. Were you very impressed today?
Yeah, he sort of only does what he has to. When he felt the other horse coming to him, and I give him a couple of smart ones, he actually, you know, I thought he was probably going away a bit on the line. Yeah, we think he's well above average, and I think he's probably looking for a bit further already.
What sort of trip do you envision him to get out to?
I couldn't see 2,000 being a worry at all. Wouldn't surprise me if he got further. He's a very relaxed customer. He's a gentleman, and you know, he knows what he's here for. He's only very lightly raced. Credit to Vaughan and the staff and the owners. They've done a wonderful job being really patient with him, and they're reaping the rewards now.
They certainly are. Congratulations on the win.
Pleasure, thanks.
Paddy Carberry there, winning jockey with Missile Launch, taking out the first race at Ascot.